Hey you guys, Simply Desmond here, and welcome back to the channel. We finally have a winner for season 12 of RuPaul's Drag Race. But before we get into that, I just have to remind you to like, comment, and subscribe. I really do appreciate all the feedback that we've gotten this season, and I'm super excited to continue this with All Stars 5 and Canada's Drag Race. So, Miss LaCresha, what did you think of tonight's episode?
It was freaking awesome. It was like just speechless because it was just a super Zoom meeting.
It really was, but I really enjoyed the fairness. I felt this episode was very fair in every category, and we're going to get into all that. So, at the beginning of the episode, RuPaul announces that this year we'll be doing the lip sync for the crown just a bit different. The three queens will first give a face performance, and then they will each give an individual performance of a song in their houses. Mm-hmm. And then the winner of those will go face to face in the final lip sync for the crown. So we come to find out later that it's not going to be two, it's going to be all. But what did you think of that process?
It was fair.
Mm-hmm.
It was the most fair just because I like the close-up.
Mm-hmm. I didn't care for the bring back my girls. So I was like, don't get me wrong, I like the song. I jam out to it quite a bit. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. Mm-hmm. But I felt that was pointless. Like, I feel like they could have did the All From Their Living Rooms, that one. And then she should have sent one home, and then the top two should have did that final lip sync. Or all three, in this case, all three did. I feel like the first lip sync was unnecessary. But we could discuss more on that here in a minute. But before we got to the lip syncs, we had a lot of celebrity cameos. We had the top three interviews. We got to find out who Miss Congeniality is. And we got some cute little segments going through. You know, I really thought they were going to shorten this episode to like an hour so they can just get straight to it. But no, they kept the original 90 minutes. And I'm like, okay, I guess. But some of the celebrities that we saw were Rachel Bloom, Robin, Kim Petras, Dandy, am I saying that name? Dandy Newton. Yeah, Daniel, Adam Lambert, and Whoopi Goldberg. I love everybody that I just named. Although Robin was a very boring judge. We have a video on that coming. Very boring. Very, very boring. But hey, I was happy to see her because her song Call Your Girlfriend, iconic. You can't take that from her. She did that. But I was hoping to see some more cameos from celebrities because usually we get the celebrities in the individual meetup with the queens with the one-on-one. There's usually a celebrity or two that pops up there. I was kind of shocked we didn't get that.
Well, I think just because the sensitivity of it and the fact that, you know, we had to do it through a Zoom meeting.
I can get that. But after that, we got to sit down with each individual queen and have that one-on-one meeting with Mama RuPaul that we normally get in the finale episode that we didn't get this year.
We didn't get a lot of stuff this year.
Yeah, this year in the finale episode, we didn't get the podcast. You know, they sit down and do the podcast.
We didn't do the podcast. We didn't get a read. We didn't get.
Yeah, they dropped the ball this season. They tried something different.
Right.
We got to get.
We didn't get the reading is fundamental until when?
The
reunion.
The reunion, which really doesn't count because if you pay attention to the past several reunions, they've done another reading challenge. So really, they just did what they've done on previous reunions. We didn't get it through the show, so it don't make up for the one we didn't get in the show. Although the reads were hilarious. Oh, they were reading. Especially when they told Dahlia, how did you come in 13th place in a season with only 12 queens? I'm sorry.
Ooh, Jesus. I'm sorry. She's like, but I stayed on longer than you.
Every episode, pretty much.
She was there for every single episode.
I live for our Brock ally. She was a very good Brock ally, okay? Very entertaining, and I loved it.
And the outfit today was a nod to that. It was cute.
I loved it. And that was what I was going to get into next. The 12 queens at the beginning, we see everybody in their outfits, and wow.
Okay, they
brought it to the board. They brought it to the group, the floor, whatever you call it.
The Zoom chat.
They brought it to the roof. They brought it to their living rooms. They brought it outside.
To their hallways.
But some of my favorites was Dahlia,
yes.
Widow. And Jan. I have to give Jan.
Yes. Jan tried something different and it worked.
It did. It honorable mention Heidi in Closet. Did you see the makeup?
Yes.
Did you see the makeup? Oh, yes. I was like a proud parent.
And then our shoot 'em for the moon surprise was Aiden's name.
Bitch. She looked good. I'm like, where was that during the show?
Okay.
Where was that during the show?
You must have got some gigs and got some coins, and you don't have to go thrift shopping anymore because
I lived
that outfit.
Like, I wouldn't be mad if Aiden did a future All-Star season.
No,
I wouldn't be mad at that.
As long as she ups her game.
As long as Layla McQueen gets one first. Justice for Layla McQueen. That's all I'm saying.
I'll have to watch that season.
Oh, season 8.
Season 8.
Yeah, I remember she did applause against Naisha, and Naisha kept doing this. I'm like, girl, what is you doing? You trying to go home, but anyway. So we got the sit downs with the queens. First, we sit down with Crystal Method, and the few things that I got from that is just how humble she is. Mm-hmm. And it was very nice to see how appreciative that she was to make it this far. And we got to see her mom, dad, and her abuela. Her dad, what disease does he suffer from?
Yes, Parkinson's.
That's
disease.
It. And at first, I forgot that her dad, suffering through that. And I'm like, Dad doesn't seem too enthusiastic about being there. I'm like, does he not want to? But then they brought up his disease, and I'm like, oh, I completely forgot.
Yes.
Look at me being insensitive.
Before that, we were trying to justify it like, okay, well, maybe he's just camera shy.
Yeah, because
he's thrilled, you just can't tell.
Yeah, because my great aunt Frances, God rest her soul, her husband, my uncle Billy, dry. Loved him to death, but he was dry. You never knew how he truly felt. I think I've seen that man smile like 3 times his whole life. Well,
I'm like that too, but I smile a lot.
But then we got a sit down with Miss Gigi Good, and I'm gonna be honest, I wrote down a little cocky. Like, and she tried to make it come off as, no, I'm just confident. No, honey, that was cockiness.
Yeah.
I love Gigi. Y'all know Gigi been my girl since day one. Day uno. When she walked down with that helmet right here, I'm like, yes, ma'am. But she came out very cocky. And she kept trying to say, oh, no, I'm just confident, and I know it can come off as cocky. Yeah, it's coming off as cocky because you're cocky. And I'm glad we finally get to meet this mom we heard so much about.
Right.
And she seems like a lovely gal. I would love to have brunch with her.
Yes.
She seems like good company.
And I like the little homemade form in the background with the duct tape. It was good. And I was sitting there thinking to myself, I was like, you get a plastic one and you just build it up like that. You can still pin to it.
And then we got Miss Jada Essence Hall.
Yes.
And I just, once again, humble. We got to see from her brother and dad. And it was nice to see a black supporting father.
Right.
We've seen that last year with Evie's father. Now we're seeing it this year with Jada's father. I love seeing black men support their children regardless if it's not the life they imagined for their child. I love that because a lot of black parents in general do not approve of the queer community. So it's like to see that she had both her dad and her brother. She didn't mention her mom, but she did mention her dad and her brothers being awesome. So I'm very appreciative of that.
Yeah. That
just made me happy when the brother and the dad got on there and they were happy, they were smiling. It was just, you could see the genuine love from them, and I appreciate that. I really did.
Yes, you could tell they were really, really supportive. Brother needs to learn his camera angles with his phone.
Oh,
but other than that, I'm just saying, because all I saw was nostrils.
You did see a lot of, I have a big nose, and I know how to portion the camera so you don't just see.
You don't go from below, you go from here.
But afterwards, we got this cute little moment with Heidi in the closet teaching us about washing our hands and being distant. Oh my God, I loved when she was yelling at her neighbor, saying, that's not social distancing, you crossed over to my property line. I'm like, if that ain't me.
Yes.
I swear, that if I had a house, that would be me. That ain't social distancing.
Look, there's a line between us for a reason.
I'm done with you. That line's always been there. But anyway.
Yeah, but it's still your personality.
We then got a moment for Miss Producer Jacqueline. They mentioned her last season, but they went into more detail this season. And the season 12 girls were the last set of queens to work with Miss Jacqueline as a story producer on the show, and just seeing everybody having these personal connections with her, even queens who went home early like Vivacious. So it was good to see that, you know, she built that relationship with the queens, and then she would go to whatever show or whatever project they were doing when she had the time, and that just shows how beautiful she is and how big of a fan of drag she is. And that was a really nice segment, and I really enjoyed that.
And the outfits and
oh
the
honey,
hair.
baby, she slayed.
Yes.
You couldn't tell her nothing. You rest in peace, honey.
And
rest
you know,
peace.
and there was this moment with I think it was Monet was the first one.
I think Monet opened it up, yeah.
Yeah. And you see this little speck of dust go through. And to me, I was like, I don't think that's dust. I think that's her just kind of flying through like, hey, I'm here. You're talking about me. What's up?
But yeah, it was a very beautiful moment, and I'm glad that they paid tribute to a person who has a beautiful soul. And you can see that through the television
okay, because I know nothing of her in that segment alone.
Like, I remember them mentioning her last season because they did a little moment for her last season, too. So it was just nice, and it was heartwarming. I really enjoyed seeing it. And then we got the vote lip sync, the remix to CoverGirl. Remember they did the vote, now vote. And
yeah.
Vote. I thought that was cute but unnecessary.
It was a time filler.
I was just gonna say that it was just a fill time, honey, because they had 90 minutes to fill.
Right.
Well, 64 minutes after previews.
Yeah.
With the previews in 64 minutes to fill. And yeah, honey, I guess it was alright.
I think it would have been, well, I guess because, you know, we did the reunion and everything last week, I still think it would have been nice to do just some little mini interviews with some of the other queens just to see what they've been up to outside of quarantine. Like what the year had been before quarantine. Because we didn't get to discuss that with the reunion at all.
It's all been, well, how you been since self-isolation? How you been since quarantine? How you been since this? And we're all pretty much doing the same. So it's like...
Staying at home. Well, we're essential, so we don't get to stay home.
Yeah. I've been staying at home this week because I took the week off for my birthday.
Yes! Somebody's a big boy now.
But yes. And then we're going to talk about Miss Congeniality now because I don't like where they placed it in the episode.
Right.
So the queens voted, and this year's Miss Congeniality is Heidi in Closet.
Soft and supple.
I can't do it. I have a gap, but I can't do it. I've been trying.
Soft and supple.
I can't.
Not wet enough.
I can't. But yeah, I was super excited for her because I had a feeling it was either going to hurt or to rock them. I really had a feeling it was going to be one of them two queens. So I'm glad to see Heidi won, and she won $10,000.
Yes.
And then the rest of the queens got a stimulus check of $2,000. That's what we all called it, the baby stimulus check.
Drag race stimulus check.
I'm not mad to get your money, honey.
Okay, I know Dahlia was like, hey, look, I better left first, but yeah, so that's almost
I got some.
I think she might have got a little paycheck for them spots and them
I think episodes. Because from my understanding, you get paid per episode that you're in. And she was technically in all of them. So she was getting whatever they say they're going to pay you each episode. So she was still getting her coins, honey. She may have went home first, but she brought in more money from that show than a lot of the queens. No, not more than the ones that won the cash tip of $5,000.
Well, yeah.
So that means Jada won $30,000? Go Jada.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Rich bitch.
Okay.
Rich bitch.
Yes, with the little virtual...
Yeah, and then she even had one on the back of her outfit. I was like, yes, ma'am.
She knew.
So let's get into the final lip syncs for the crown. First, we got the face lip sync. We had Gigi, Jada, and Crystal doing Bring Back My Girls by RuPaul. And like I said earlier, I was not entertained. But I wrote down my two favorites was Jada and Gigi. Crystal was just kind of there for me.
Yeah, the thing was those her favorite lips to do don't work in your favor when you're that close to a camera because they don't look like they're moving. And I knew Jada was gonna bring it because Jada is nothing but lips. in the face. Gigi likes to overline her lips to the point where, okay, yeah, she's got her lips going, and she was trying to do some other stuff with the eyes, but my eyes kept going to Jada. And I was trying to look at the other two. Sorry. I was trying to look at the other two, and I think a lot of me trying to had something to do with, okay, I know I want Jada to win, so I'm going to pay Jada attention.
That's been her problem the past few weeks, especially last week when we were the week before when we was discussing the top 5 doing their performance, and she's like, "Well, Gigi didn't do that good." I'm like, "Did you not watch the performance I did?" "Well, I wasn't really paying attention to her." I'm like, "Ma'am, we do a review. You have to keep your eyes on everyone evenly, ma'am."
So I was trying to keep
Trust me, we all had our favorite, Jada. Like, I was screaming Jada.
Yes.
But I made sure to pay attention to all the queens in that final 5 and paid attention to all the queens in this top 3.
Yes. But, so I go back and, I kind of lost Crystal in the whole Malik.
I lost Crystal through the whole thing. I wrote down Jada and Gigi were the 2.
Yeah, it helped that their lighting was better. Crystal, again, her face just kind of... it lost it for me. The orange makeup, the bright red lip did not work in her favor.
Too much on the color orange.
There is nothing wrong with the color orange.
I can, if I want to, because that's not easy.
Yes, Miss Tabitha Brown. However, just that face and the lack of good lighting did not work in her. I'm talking about Crystal, and you sitting here just...
talking about her makeup like that in the color orange. How dare you?
You picking up on the wrong crap.
So, next we had their in the home lip sync, which I have to give all 3 of them a round of applause because they served. First, we had Crystal with I'm Like a Bird by Nelly Furtado. Yes, ma'am.
And that is such a Crystal song.
Yes, ma'am. I was hoping for Rhythm of the Night. I really was. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was ready for I was ready to dance with. I'm like, come on, Crystal. I need a dance. I need Crystal to dance when she finally does lip sync to that song. I need her to dance. I know she's not a big dancer, but she better take a lesson or 2.
Yeah, you can tell she wasn't a big dancer.
You better dance. But yeah, I loved it. It was so cute and so Crystal. And the Mama Bird part kind of threw me off, but I lived at the same time. I was like, yes. Oh, the hater is still in there.
That was not hating. It was great. It was cute. It was Crystal. It was quintessential Crystal method.
Well, up next was my personal favorite, Gigi's Take On Me by Aha.
Yes.
That bitch did that. Oh my God. From recreating the video in some scenes to the outfit change, it was just Miss Good. Miss Good. Yes, that is how you do it.
High production value.
Lipstick. Yes, ma'am. And, they had to produce that themselves. So I'm like, did she produce it? Or maybe somebody who was living there helped her produce it? Or what? Because that was amazing. Mm-hmm. That was amazing. Her look was good. I loved the Cruella de Vil wig. It checked every box for me. I was like, yes, ma'am, ham, turkey, legs, all of it.
My favorite thing was just a little box in the corner with her and Crystal in the...
I love that.
I love it.
I love it. It's just little things like that. Little things like that I live
for some weird reason, it had to be Crystal's little devil look.
Well, maybe because it's probably the most notable in black and white.
Yeah. The one you would recognize the easiest.
Yeah, Miss Gigi did that. And then we had Miss Jada Essence Hall doing Get Up by Sierra.
Yes, low production value, but high quality nonetheless.
Babe, let me tell you, I've been wanting that song to be done on lip sync. And that's a video I want us to do eventually, is songs that we want to see lip synced on the show. Mm-hmm. And that's why I've been waiting for you to fully catch up so you would know what has been lip synced and what hasn't. And that was on my list. I'm like, how have they not done Get Up by Sierra yet? Like, oh my Jesus. And Jada did it. And I only want to say it was low quality because she says she lives in a small apartment.
Right.
So she did what she cleared her living room out and baby, she put on a show.
Yes. Because for what it was a whole
baby
show.
I lived.
And I was just so excited.
Like, if I had dollars, I would have been like, yes, ma'am.
Let me cash app you real quick.
Yes. So, all the queens did their lip sync, and then RuPaul drops the announcement that all 3 of them are going to the final lip sync. Because in my opinion, it was going to be Jada and Gigi, because out of those 3 at homes, those were the 2. You see, I wrote it down right there and I circled it. Jada and Gigi. Those were the 2 that I thought were going to the top 2, but she switched it up on us and said, oh no, all 3 of y'all are going. Wasted my time, but that's okay. They all make it to the final lip sync. Then we get Miss Evie Oddly. Yes, ma'am, with ham and turkey and legs and chicken. Yes. I love Evie Oddly. We weren't doing this review last season, but I love Evie Oddly. She is that queen. She is everything I need in my life. And she served in that gray, I don't even know.
Sock puppet.
Yes.
Octopus.
It was everything you needed and more. And I love the part where she was like, I've been on all the red carpets. And then you look down, she's on a small red carpet at the bottom.
I like how she made a heel out of herself.
Yes. Yes. So we get to the final lip sync. Crystal Method, Gigi Good, and Jada Essence Hall lip syncs to Survivor by Destiny's Child. What did you think of the lip sync?
Oh man, it was great. Some outfit choices were choices, but other than that,
those outfit choices was choices. Please explain.
Good. Okay. So you said so yourself. You thought Crystal was gonna do like an outfit review.
I really did. All that on, and I'm like, oh baby, she finna give us a big boom confetti moment. I'm like, where's the confetti?
No confetti.
I'm like, ma'am,
she wasn't in
this
it.
This is the final lip sync,
and she just seemed out of it.
If I was her, I would have been looking at it like this. I had 1 challenge win compared to to Gigi's 4 and Jada's 3.
Right.
Even if I pull out a Sasha Velour type roses under the wig, googery and gaggery, I don't think I'm going to win. So I'm just going to come on here, have a good time, and we'll just move on from there. And I feel like that's what she did.
Right.
But I was waiting for some confetti. I was waiting for something.
Right.
And all that outfit she had on, because she looked good.
Yeah,
yes,
she
ma'am.
did. And look, she even had on orange hair just for you.
And then I didn't really care for Gigi's reveal when she went from
the black and white monochrome
to the Alice in Wonderland. But I did
Alice in Wonderland. It was the Wizard of Oz.
Oh, shit, that show. The Wizard of Oz, and I lived for the shoe reveal. That shoe reveal, I was like, yes! Now, when she flipped into the Dorothy outfit, I'm like, oh, okay, cute. Yeah. But when she ripped off the boot and it was the ruby red slippers, I'm like, yes! Ah! I love a good ruby.
She put the ponytail out and had
follow the yellow brick road. Please follow it. I will follow.
I think I think it was the song and the outfit didn't go together for me.
Well, if you think about Alice in Wonderland, she was a survivor.
Wizard of Oz.
Why do I keep saying Alice in Wonderland?
Wizard of Oz.
Maybe because Coromonica came out last night. She had a song in there called Alice, and I think that's why I keep saying Alice in Wonderland. Forgive me, I am fully aware it's Wizard of Oz. I own the movie, and I was just watching it. I can show you proof. I was just watching it yesterday. No, my birthday. I was watching it on my birthday. And I was watching it. We can go pull up the receipts, because I didn't finish it. Oh, okay. So, I lived for the shoe reveal, but Dorothy was a survivor.
Yes, there you go.
She had to make it through the yellow brick road with the Scarecrow, the Tin Man, and the Cowardly Lion. They had to go defeat the evil Witch of the West. But yes, in Jada's reveal, I liked it, but I was expecting more just because, you could see pieces of the real outfit under. I'm like, oh, she's finna give it to me.
Yes. Maybe. Like, come on. I think she did it too soon.
I don't think she did it too soon. I don't think she did it
right.
Yeah. And, once again, she's in a small apartment, so she really could do it and throw it really hard.
Right. Because I think if she had been in a bigger apartment, it would have been.
Or like even if they were on a stage, it would have been a big like whoo whoo whoo, like a Coco Montrese moment with that orange bodysuit when she was doing them arms like this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, against Alyssa and Cold Hearted Snake. Oh, let's see.
Yeah.
Would that be my favorite one from season 5? Different video, but yes, it would have been a moment like that, and she did what she could, and she did very well. And at the end of it all, RuPaul announced that the winner of season 12 of RuPaul's Drag Race is Jada Essence Hall. Miss Hall, if you're nasty. She was in my top 4 from the jump. She was. So I'm super excited for her to win. This is the second year in a row that I've gotten it correct, because last year I picked Evie. Now I got season 10 wrong because I picked Eureka. I did. People hated Eureka. I live for her. I still do. I live for Eureka. I do. And I thought she was going to be the first big girl winner. But she wasn't. She made top 3 though.
Yeah.
Barely. But, ooh, that lip sync was a hot mess, Lord. The top 3 between her, Corey, and Cameron. I just feel like there was one too many people up there. Cameron should have been there, but I'll shut up. I think she's there because of how the lip syncs felt, because she chose Asia, and Asia had that moment with the butterflies. But yeah, totally different time.
Did the butterflies get smashed?
So yeah. So congratulations to Miss Jada Essence Hall. You just earned you $100,000. $130,000 because she won 3 challenges throughout the. No, it was 5,000, so $115,000. Rich bitch.
She got more than that. Didn't she win so many challenges?
No.
Yeah, she did, because she had to pick one.
What many challenges did she win? She picked the makeover challenge appearance, but that's because she won the challenge before. Remember, there was no mini challenge that episode. Which I'm still mad about the lack of mini challenges. Season 13, fix it. And I better see some more stories for her. Mini challenges. But overall, what did you think of this season?
Oh man, it was good. It was suspenseful.
I really enjoyed it, and there wasn't really a lot of drama.
No.
Once Britta left, it was pretty much drama free.
Yeah, it was pretty tame.
Yeah, and usually a drama free season isn't entertaining. But we had a very talented bunch of girls. Right.
And they did their best to try and exit one particular person out of every single episode.
But yeah. And although she was disqualified, she's technically, in my eyes, I know last week I said, oh, she earned, no, I've sat back and I thought she was the first queen to go home, regardless that her physical body was there at top 4. She was the first queen to go home, in my opinion. She was disqualified, although she did amazing. Woo, girl, she did amazing, especially in that final challenge. You can't take that away. Like, my favorite line comes from her in the rap verse. She said, "Oh, wait, is she a guy?" That's right, she's a guy. I was like, yes. And I was watching a lyric video somebody made on YouTube, and it got to her part, and instead of saying yes, she's a guy, that's right, yes, she's a guy, that's right, that's right, she's a guy. Instead of saying yes, she's a catfish, that's right, I'm a catfish. I was like, y'all are childish, and I live for you at the same time. I busted out laughing. I have to show you because I'm just sitting there dancing and singing along, and then I'm looking at the lyrics and I'm like, but yes, congratulations, Jada Essence Hall.
Yes.
Congratulations, Gigi Good. Congratulations, Crystal Method. I see both of them doing a future All-Star season.
Who? Gigi and Crystal, yeah.
From this season, I can see Gigi. Yes. I can see Crystal. I can see Widow. I can see Jan. I can see Aiden. And maybe Britta to do a redemption arc since everybody hates her. But everybody else, I feel like Rockham's going to be on season 13. I feel like she's going to be that one comeback queen that we get. I truly feel that way. The amount of followers that she has more followers than a lot of the queens that made it way farther than her. I want to say she's like top 3 for the season, behind Jada and Gigi. So like, come on, rock 'em. Give us another season. You did it with Vanjie. Give us some rock 'em. You did it with Nyesha. You did it with Cynthia Lee Fontaine, which I was shocked that Cynthia Lee Fontaine came back for another season. She left
legitimately, but I guess they brought her. I knew they brought her back because she'd gotten sick during the off season.
I guess that would be the reason to bring her back, so they could tell the story of, yes, I went through these treatments, yes, I had cancer, but look at me, I'm back, I'm stronger, I'm fighting.
Right.
But like, I was so at the end of the Gaga episode when she walked out, because you could tell it was her before she turned around. I'm like, oh, that's Cynthia Lee Fontaine. But I was like, why? Like, I get it, but out of all the queens from season 8, justice for Layla McQueen. Gosh, I'm so... Anyway, the season was great. Congratulations, Jada Essence Hall. And is there anything else you'd like to say before we wrap this up?
Can't wait for All Stars.
Yes, I'm super excited for All Stars and Canada's Drag Race, where we'll be covering both. And it's going to be a fun next few months.
I'm going to have a hard time trying to pick who's going to win for All Stars 5, because I have my personal favorite.
Well, who's your personal favorite? We'll go into that real quick.
Of who I would like to win.
Who would you like to win?
But realistically speaking, I don't know who's going to win.
Who would you like to win?
Megan.
Thank you guys so much for watching. LaCresha, where can they find you?
I am at LaCresha McGill everywhere.
And you can find me at Simply Desmond on all platforms. That's SIMPLYD, SMOND, and Desmond Tanner on TikTok. Although, I will not be on TikTok for a while. But that's a whole nother situation. Thank you so much for watching. And we'll see you next week for All Stars 5.